Some top performers this season in the Premier League, but who has surprised us the most? I'll be analysing 5 players who have done what people didn't really expect. First of all then, this video is sponsored by OneFootball, an app which allows you to access everything to do with football. Specifically on the Premier League profile here, we can view stats of the top performers this season, so very relatable to what we'll be discussing in this video. So we can see the top goal scorers here, joint on 5 at the top at the moment is Mikel Antonio, Salah and Vardy. As well as that, you've got the top assisters in the Premier League, so Pogba is on 7, way ahead of Mikel Antonio who's on 3. And then on specific player profile, so on Mikel Antonio here, we can see he's got his 5 goals and 3 assists, but there's also so much more to view. His amount of tackles won and his win rate, as well as his aerial duel win rate, his passing accuracy, his total crosses, his shot accuracy and the minutes per goal. And this season he does have a really good record in that department with 89 minutes per goal. So you can access all of that for yourself by downloading OneFootball on your phone. You can simply do that by clicking the link in the description. So the first player to talk about here is Abdullah Dakori, Everton's midfielder, who we know has been really good from his time at Watford, but he didn't do so well last season at Everton. And after last season, we didn't really know what to expect now. However, Rafa Benitez has arrived and he's got Abdullah Dakori playing brilliantly at Everton. In the team, he's been a proper box-to-box midfielder. So far, he's scored 2 goals and assisted 3 times, but he's also made the second most tackles for Everton with 16. He's had 10 shots in total, and he's also had the 4th most touches in the attacking third. He's all over the pitch making runs, and it's his movement which can cause problems for the opposition as he frees space for other players to move into. Dakori has shown once again he is a top midfielder, and he's here to put in some good performances at Everton too. With his improved performances, he's definitely been a top player to watch this season in the league, and he's been surprising with just how much he has improved from last season. Next up is a player at Brighton who has surprised us this season. In their defence, Shane Duffy has come back into the team. It seemed like his time at Brighton had ended. However, after being on loan at Celtic last season, he's returned to Brighton following the departure of Ben White. And well, since he came back into the team, he's performed really good. He even scored a goal in the second game of the season against Watford. Duffy has won the second most aerial duels in the league with 30, and he also has a solid win rate of 69.8%. And a surprising stat on top of his surprising performances is the fact he's had the second most shots for Brighton. He's a lethal player in the air who is clearly making a difference from attacking set pieces for Brighton. In the defence, Adam Webster is out currently too, so Duffy is playing an even bigger part in that team at the back. And Brighton have started so well in the league. Shane Duffy has heavily contributed to those good performances this season. The third player on the list is exciting winger Syed at West Ham United. If you like to keep an eye on Championship football, and you have done for the past few seasons, then you would have obviously known the quality of Syed anyway. He was brilliant in that league at Brentford that earned him his move to West Ham, where he wasn't so good last season. He did okay, but then coming into this season, he did really well in pre-season, and then that has followed into the Premier League. He's really been able to step up his game, and so far he's scored 3 goals and got 2 assists in the Premier League, as well as a goal in the Europa League. Last season, he got 1 goal and 6 assists in the league, but he's on track to beat that amount of goal contributions already. In a team of great players performing really well under David Moyes, Benrahma has been able to settle in even more, and for good reason too. And where he's really been able to improve is his decision making, which I think was a big issue with him last season. Benrahma is now being more aware on the pitch and probably passing a little bit more too, so it's made for a really great start to the season for him. And I'm really happy he's started performing well, because he's not just a good player but a really entertaining player to watch. Now the fourth player on this list is a little bit of a different one. It's Mateo Kovacic. Now of course we know he's a really good player. He's been at Real Madrid, coming to Chelsea, and he's been good while he's been at the club. The surprising factor doesn't exactly come with his good performances, but instead the way that he is performing. Kovacic has been more attacking than any other season at Chelsea. He's averaged 3.4 shot creating actions per 90. That is higher than any other season. On top of that, he's averaging 1.7 touches in the penalty area per 90. That is similar to his first season at Chelsea, but more than his previous 2 seasons. And being in more advanced areas has resulted in him scoring 1 goal and assisting 3 times so far in the Premier League. And he's really able to do this due to the other midfielders that are in the team. When you've got Jorginho in the side, you know you've got a very reliable player next to you, and that frees you up to move into advanced positions. And of course, the same goes with N'Golo Kante, a very reliable midfielder to be next to. The fifth player on this list is Kostas Tsimikas. Now, replacing Andy Robertson in the Liverpool team is really hard. To live up to the standards that he holds in that team, in that position, is difficult. However, Tsimikas did it really well when he had to step into the first team for him. As we know, fullbacks are massive in their system, but Tsimikas, after not featuring much for Liverpool, did a great job, attacking well with 4.6 shot creating actions per 90, 2.9 key passes per 90, which is the third most for Liverpool, as well as 3.6 accurate crosses per 90, which is the most for Liverpool, as well as showing his ability to win back the ball with 2.9 tackles won per 90, that is the fourth most for Liverpool. Of course, he will find it hard to come into the first team that easily, but it shows now that Robertson does have competition at left back. Has anybody else surprised you this season in the Premier League? Leave any names in the comments. Please click the like button if you did enjoy watching this video, it's massively appreciated, and for more Premier League insight and analysis, subscribe to Route 1.